Well, hey there, Internet. This is Steve at 1,000 Year Homes. Welcome aboard. So I'm homesteading and building my own off-grid house in a Santa Fe Mission style. And around me, there's many cedars. In addition, we've had a drought, so I see there's quite a few dead stands. Cedars or dying cedars, loblolly pines. My neighbors have offered. So I picked up from Craigslist a brand new, used once, and then the folks decided they didn't want a homestead and that it's sawmilling's a lot of hard work. Now I want to know because this is my first sawmill, but I know chainsaw's hard work and I know Alaska sawmill's hard work because I've done those. But here we go. Behind me is an Hudson Oscar Pro 336 with a 23 horsepower Vanguard motor, electric start, almost all the bells and whistles, almost top end. It's missing some of the electric. Although I see there's a hoist for raising up and down, but I still have to push it back and forth. It's almost tricked out, so it's only missing the to and fro. But the rails underneath here, I just dropped them down on 8x8s. Probably, well, let me say 6x6s, treated 6x6s. I got from the junk piles from Lowe's or Home Depot or somebody, 70% off because they're all twisted. But I cut them up, put them down. But I need to get these rails level, let it sit so that I know that it's level. And they've been sitting here for a little while. Underneath there's drywall, and that's just to suppress the ground. Once I get my sawmill going and I'll get my chipper going, I'll chip this out. This is not its final location. I got a neighbor that said, let me go in with you and I'll get a trailer. We might put it on a trailer. I don't know. But it's 21 foot and those iron rails are super heavy. So my back's already worn out. I've had a big week, but I did want to get this leveled and then use the fork truck to put the thing off the grounds. Rainy season, I don't want it all rained on. Retarp it and then get it going hopefully this week. So I do have one rail that's level already, and that's just magic. I didn't do that. So this side right here is running level from there to there. So that tells me that I should be able to use this as reference and just level everything to this spot. So if you were a professional and this was your final spot, you would have graded, you would have maybe, I've seen guys put down foundational posts, pour concrete. I'm not ever going to do that. This thing might end up on a trailer. I might move it. I might take it to different job sites. I'm not sure, but I do know this isn't its final location. This is actually a driveway. It's my second drive, just I don't have it, anything on it. But I could use it if I don't know, flooded in or a tree fell or something. Anyway, it's sitting on my second drive. There's room for me to go around it. But let me go ahead, level it out, get things lifted. I'm nothing fancy. I'm just going to raise it up and prop some boards underneath it. I've got some offcuts that are just, they won't last forever. They'll rot in the ground. But let me get this going here and see if my back holds up and if I can get that, sawmill on these rails tonight. I don't know, but I want to get it level. First things first. Alright, so I used my log hook to raise they are 6x6s. 6x6s treated up and shim them up with just treated pallet wood that I found, nothing fancy. Again, if once I get that level, I could put the sawmill on it, get it up off the ground, re-tarp it, and I'll feel better about it. But one rail's level all the way around, from edge to edge and rail to rail, and so that means I can move that up, bolt it into place, and we can go from there. So let me do that step now. Alright, we're pretty close right there. So right now it's just to get this thing off the ground, and we're close this way. What I'll do ultimately is pick it up and shim it, right to, the bubble. Alright, so let me get this last one. My goal is to get that sawmill off the ground. Oh my, it's okay. The last one's okay. Off that way. Alright, the last rail's off a little bit there, towards that end right there. But I can look down it and see there's still a little bit of, roller coaster to it. If you look down it, not bad. I took a lot of it out. That's not bad for just shimming it up, with right from the ground. It's been sitting here now about a month, so I know that it's not going to change a lot. Boy, that says a lot. Oh, it was on something. There we go. All right. Send one board over here on this side, and I'll be there. I don't need this bullshit. Wow. All right, man, that's better than what I was expecting. I'll let it sit a day or two and remeasure it. Let's get that up on before it gets too late. So now I'm going to come in here with my fork trucks and take a look at it. I'm going to lift it right there with my fork trucks and set it right there. So wish me well. Well, hey, Internet, it's Steve at 1000-Year Homes. Behind me is the Sawmill, the Oscar Pro 336 Pro Hudson model, all set up on the rails. Now listen, last night did not go as planned, so I cussed a lot. So I'll try to edit them out in the video. So, all right, so one-man job putting this up on the rails. So the biggest problem for me was once I dropped one of those wheels between the tracks right there, and I dropped it between the track right there, and I pinched it. Well, then I had a problem, and everything went sideways on me, and nothing I could do would save me from the disaster that came up. So I picked, when that happened, then it pinched the track, pulled the entire track, the entire length off, and it just went from bad to worse. And then I managed to get it on there once, and because I had pulled the track, it wasn't level anymore. It rolled. These two rails had split enough, it rolled off. So I had to come back in with the fork truck again and re-level it twice. My camera ran out of battery juice. What a night. So let me talk a minute. So if you're doing this job with a farm fork truck, you'll know. So first off, my forks were too short and stubby to fit the whole length here of this. This is wide. It's 36 there, but it's 40 something here, easy. And my forks would stop right there, so then it dangled. So I put on the headache rack of my fork truck, you'll see I put a chain to the other end so I could keep it level. That helped a lot. If your land's, it doesn't look rough in the video, right? But it's rough enough. If a tire's low, then the load is twisted, and then I'm trying to drop it on straight rails, so it twisted. There's these mole holes enough, right? And so quite the job. So anyway, I ended up getting it all done. It's reasonably straight. I've got to shim it back up. It's on the tracks. It does. If I pull it, you'll see that it'll pull. I've got the blocks up on the other end. So there we go. See, I can roll. Oh, that makes it easy. I'm gonna cover it up. It is misting today. So what I wanted to get done, I did get done. I got it done way after dark. It was a miserable night of frustration, all because I missed one. Man, I pinched that one wheel in there, and then it just got worse and worse. And in the dark, I was out here messing around, and there wasn't anything to video except dark. But I did get it, and I am satisfied. So the fork truck is not delicate enough to set this down on the rails. You need two men. I'm not out a two-man job. I'm a one-man out here on the farm, all alone. Leah comes out, but she would not have been strong enough. Listen, I was hardly strong enough to twist it on the racks. I don't know. I'm going to guess 800-900 pounds. It's not inconsequential. It might even be more than that. It could be 1,000 pounds. But I had to get a pry bar. Okay, so I pulled up with the fork truck, and I got them almost lined up. And then I used a pry bar then to twist the metal rack into position. See the metal rack right there? It's right next to everything. Apologies again, it is raining out here. So anyway, I used a pry bar, and that gave me the fine control, motor control then to move around a 1,000-pound device and get it on the rails, and away we go. So I don't know what you'll learn from my video, except that it is a hard job, and spend the time. My neighbors were out of town this week. They're up in Dallas. Otherwise, I would have asked a man to come do it. And I get involved in these projects before I realize just how big it is and how small I am. And anytime something's over 1,000 pounds, I should think about adding another man to the equation. But another man with the equation, you'll still need the pry bar, and you got to watch your fingers, man, because, you know, that thing rolls around once you put it down, and then there's things that move. It's a saw. It's not the saw part, it's the cutty part. You could lose a toe. You could lose some fingers on that. So safety-wise, there was nothing to learn from me on safety, right? You know, because I thought, oh, I'll just pick it up with the fork truck, and I know it was wobbly, and, you know, dangling. My forks weren't big enough. It wasn't a commercial. They're 3-foot forks, and that was a 4-foot job. Everything was a little undersized. In addition, my little tractor will pick up 2,000 pounds. Most people's tractor will only pick up 800 pounds, but that bad boy will pick up 2,000 pounds at the pivot point. So I knew I had enough capacity. I had the backhoe on the back, weighing it, so I knew that I had the right load on the tires. Otherwise, it would have tipped forward. Lots of risk on that, but I got it done. It's up, it's leveled, it's protected, and you know, I'll continue to gather up logs. I'm doing a pretty good job of that already, but next video on that sawmill will be me bringing it back to life. You know, the only thing that I saw that was bad on that thing is it was delivered with the tension still on the saw blade, and it's still on the saw blade. I should have taken care of that as soon as I saw it. You know, you out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. Anyway, I'll get that done. The next video will be me doing this, using it. But this little, I guess the man of the hour is this little Mahindra. That's a 1626. It's a 26 horsepower. That is the biggest motor you can buy legally that doesn't need all of the emission controls for recharging. And recharging your tractor is quite a complaint. And I don't think the EPA's got the right solution with that one. And I like EPA. I like clean water and clean land and being able to hunt and fish, eat the fish in the land. But that's the biggest tractor you can get that doesn't have all that regeneration. So the regeneration shuts your tractor down while it burns off the emissions from the diesel. And you could be, it doesn't matter what you're doing, you'll be regenerating. But that thing was adequate. There's the chain that I mentioned to you with the hook that I brought out. It's wasn't quite long enough. But nonetheless, between it and my cursing, I got the job done. It's up on the rails. The rails are reasonably level. I need to bolt it all together. Those bolts are in there loose. And when I do that, you have to make sure the most important thing, it's level so that your and the camfer's right, because you can't be cutting crooked boards. That's what'll happen if you're roller coaster on this. You'll roller coaster your boards. But the transition right here in the center point, that's critical. That and that has to line up, so as you push your sled, you don't go clunk, 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 because then your boards will have a clunk, clunk in them. It's got to be perfect. So I've still got a little bit of leveling to do on that. Not much. It's not bad. And tightening down. So... But yeah, apologies. I've noticed sometimes when I turn down the volume on my videos, and then I turn on this AI software to make the captions that it still catches my swearing. So I'll apologize if you're a person who watches this with no audio and you're reading. The rest of the world's not seeing no swear words, but the audio is still adequate for the AI to pick up my transcript. As it makes the transcript, it'll transcribe the naughty words, which isn't what I wanted, but it'll translate. Anyway, I want to tell you to like, subscribe, follow me along. I enjoy the company out here, and there is stuff to learn from me if you're a homesteader, and so I truly enjoy this lifestyle, primitive lifestyle, and I am primitive, let me tell you. Okay, thank you much. Bye.